Gotta like a band that comes with its own creative manifesto. The Warsaw Village Band says it was formed as a response to mass culture and narrow-mindedness. And one way for a Polish band to be less narrow-minded would be to play reggae. That's just one of the things they do. The band is also into traditional Polish folk. There's a gypsy element in there, a bunch of other stuff as well. But doing a reggae album put the Warsaw Village Band at the heart of the Polish reggae scene, which is worth checking out. How did the scene happen? More importantly, what does it sound like? Those are just two of the questions that we had in mind when the playlist went to Warsaw. How did the Warsaw Village Band, a traditional folk ensemble, go from this to this?
Well, the manifesto of a Warsaw Village Band is connected very strongly with the roots, and our manifesto is more or less like this. Remember your past, but keep it living in the future.
The members of the Warsaw Village Band are new folk traditionalists. Most of the time, they take traditional Polish folk music and infuse it with modern elements.
I don't know any other artist playing this kind of music. They refer to old Polish traditional music from Mazovia area. They reconstructed some old instruments. They use lots of strings. They use lots of female voices singing in old school Polish. Most of the music so far was very avant-garde adaptation of some classical Polish world music.
By 2003, the band was winning international world music awards. It had found a niche and could have happily and safely left it at that. However, in 2007, the Warsaw Village Band pivoted. It took some of its traditional folk material, reworked the songs completely, and released a reggae album.
Give me the reggae.
We are playing the music of hearts. And I think this is also a description of reggae. This is the music of heart. Of course, musicologists, they will tell, okay, you are white, you are from Poland, you cannot play reggae too seriously. Yeah, from this point of view, definitely, I can.
Poles playing reggae is not nearly as incongruous as it might sound. Reggae is the music of the revolutionary. That made it a natural fit for Poland, which back in the 1980s started the resistance that would eventually culminate in the collapse of communism and the Soviet Empire.
Reggae music really influenced Poland and gave us a message of, seemed to give a message of hope to it. You know, this was particularly around the time of the strikes in Gdansk, because it was about sort of 81. It was big with students.
I think it's a universal music. It's good to dance, it's good to move, and it has some content. I think for many people in Poland, the content is quite important. Reggae was always about some kind of social changes. Poland, as one of the countries who suffered a lot during history, and also in 20th century, being slaves for Germans and being slaves for Russians for many years, many people like songs of freedom, which is reggae about. So it was the main reason for many people to get interest in reggae.
Now, during the communism time, it was quite funny with the reggae because it was not allowed to, for instance, in the 60s to play jazz. And in the 80s, when the first reggae bands came to Poland, the government, they didn't know what is it exactly, so they couldn't fight with it because, you know, for them it was just funny or stupid music of black people and Poles. They are not connected with them too much, so okay, let them play. The lyrics were very strong, like Marley, for instance, and the government didn't know what to do with this kind of music, and it was really funny.
I think that there were two moments in Poland when reggae got big. The first time was in the mid-70s, late 70s maybe, with all those guys from the punk rock scene going to reggae music, which was in that time, because of political situation, quite natural to sing reggae songs about the Babylon, etc., etc. The second time was, I think, like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, when reggae got big again in Poland. There was a moment when reggae got popular generally in the whole world, with Sean Paul and everything on MTV, the dancehall music. It was recognizable by people who never were interested in reggae music before.
Some reggae acts would go there. I mean, the Twinkle Brothers, for example, from Jamaica, toured there quite extensively, and I believed actually lived there, and they've recently made a record with you know, a mountain musician from the Tatra Mountains.
Legenda muzyki reggae, Twinkle Brothers.
When that happened, the unlikely story of the Jamaican beach jamming with the Polish mountains made national news.
Po latach muzycy reggae Twinkle Brothers.
In the 80s, a lot of Jamaican reggae bands came to Poland for touring, like Twinkle Brothers. They are the most important reggae band in Poland, definitely. They made a lot, and the cooperation with the Trebunie Tutki family, these Polish Highlanders, in 1993, it was the great sign that our culture is already in Europe, not in Europe, in the world. And that's why I think reggae is so important in Poland.
That's the Warsaw Village Band, a troupe that can swing between the electrified yet traditional folky sounds of Central Europe and a musical form imported from the Caribbean that happens to suit the new post-revolutionary Poland down to the ground.
If I'm playing now with the reggae artists, if I'm playing with guys from Africa, for me it's not a problem because I can be myself. Everything is so close, you can just watch your television and you have so many cultures and so on and so on. So this kind of knowledge is very important for a musician, I think, especially nowadays when we have one small world.
The Warsaw Village Band and the surprising sounds of Poland. That story's up on our site too. Like the music that we feature, the playlist loves to travel. Here's a sample of where our crews have been and what's coming your way on the show.
I was a classical trained musician, really nice when I would play everything like this, but then I have a rock background musician standing next to me playing like this all the time. I look at him and I think, I want to do some head banging too.
So he did, and the result of this marriage of folk, classical, and rock is a band called Terrafolk. They're from Slovenia in the former Yugoslavia. sound is part Angolan, part Portuguese. The genre is called Kuduro. The content is very political. The band is Buraca Som Sistema. And you'll be hearing a mix of the Mediterranean, the Middle East, and Jamaica, among others, all wrapped up in the music of Balkan beatbox. That's just a sample of what's coming down the line, but don't forget to tell us where to go. Email us about musical fusions we should be looking at. We're at playlist@aljazeera.net. That's how you get with the program. We're leaving you this week with more from Outlandish and the collaborative sound of Copenhagen. We'll see you next time when people, cultures, and music come together on the playlist on Al Jazeera.
Confessions, we all know lessons, some way, somehow. When I fail about, even if I succeed, I take a bow. What I'm saying right here and right now, we need to change. We arrange the whole point of view, cause for me it seems strange.
Ain't nobody wanna go, ain't nobody wanna move, ain't nobody wanna try, ain't nobody stays alive. Well, oh, from well, oh, it's me and you, oh well, oh. Ain't nobody wanna go, ain't nobody wanna move, ain't nobody wanna try, ain't nobody will stay alive. Well, oh, from well, oh, it's me and you, oh well.